Okay. Okay, good. So, welcome to the April 5th Weekly Wins session, team. Glad to have you guys. So, today we'll be discussing about a few things. Mostly they're similar. The agenda remains the same. We will be going over some personal wins, organizational updates, internship updates, products, G4 education development, and conclusive remarks. Emre has joined us and he's in the same time zone with us. And I was hoping he could potentially join us today and give us some updates about what happened throughout the week when it comes to as an organization. So if he joins us, it's good. If not, we might have to go ahead with the other updates. So one thing I would like to address, maybe I should take. Sorry, I didn't know I was muted, guys. So yeah, we can continue with the agenda. So personal wins, organizational updates, and educational updates will continue. So yeah, in order to go with the personal wins, maybe I will share some personal wins that I have throughout the week. So yeah, my favorite rapper J. Cole had answered to Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar recently dissed J. Cole, and he came with a very good track called a 7-minute drill. So yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are into music or rap in general. So J. Cole is my favorite artist when it comes to hip hop. So he responded to Kendrick Lamar, and yeah, he gave what he deserved. He gave it to him. It was a very good track. So he dropped an entire album together with the diss as well. So I'm pretty sure you guys don't know the quarrel that Drake and J. Cole have against Kendrick Lamar. It's something that I'm personally interested in. So that's why it's called a personal win. So the album dropped this morning. So I'm going to be going over that the entire weekend. Sunday and Saturday. And then after that, I guess I also have like another album to look forward to in the coming week. Also, what else happened? So I have this new TV show called Invincible. The season finale dropped yesterday. It was amazing. So I mean, to tell you a little about the plot. So the main character. So there's like this bad guy. Okay. Spoilers. All right. Okay, so Invincible dropped. The season finale dropped yesterday. It was phenomenal. The way, especially the last sentence. I mean, they always have this way of delivering the last sentence. And everything that they say during the last sentence always matters. The same thing happened during season one, and same thing happened season two as well. So there's also another one called Shogun, which is set in due to like the feudal times of Japan, how the Europe was trying to influence Japan when it comes to trade of opium and everything. So yeah, it's a really interesting show. It has 7 episodes so far. Another episode dropped. So this is my personal win so far. I'm really into entertainment. So yeah, this is what happened generally. So just conserve the time. We can move. Do we have any volunteers to share something good with us? I'm not going to point out anyone because I yelled at you a minute ago. So I'm not going to be forcing anyone to come out here and share an uncomfortable update. So we can go over with the education updates since we don't have Emre to give us the organizational ones. So let's see if we have any representative from the Ethiopian education in-person updates. Do we have Brook? Do we have Brook Makonnen, Brook Soju? Yarid, it's you? Okay. So we have Yarid. It's the stage.
Thank you, Ragib. I'll be giving you the updates and plans for the in-person education at Ethiopia. So one of the wins that the in-person education at Ethiopia had was to cover the DFS and BFS lecture. Actually, that's, I believe, being covered at the moment because they're having the lecture today. And next one is to finalize education process documentation. This last week, Brooke was mentioning that they prepared this documentation for how the in-person education is being conducted and how it was conducted last year. So this documentation was finalized. Next one is Ramadan compensation sessions. They were continuing because we had some students that were fasting during Ramadan and couldn't join the sessions at 5 p.m. There were compensation sessions for those students, and that was continuing. One more thing, which is not completed, but in the process, is stipend calculation feature for A2SV Hub. As you guys know, in-person education students, they'll be given stipends for dinner, I believe, and this how distributing the stipend is tiresome work, and we're trying to add a feature on A2SV Hub to make this process easier. When moving on to the plans, the first one is Eid al-Fitr break. Next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to have the Eid celebration, so there'll be a break for that. Practice on BFS, as I mentioned today, they were going through the BFS and DFS lectures, so there is going to be practice. And next week, they're going to be covering HEAP, and they'll finalize the stipend calculation feature on A2SV Hub. This is being worked on by Ananisa, and they're going to be purchasing accessory needs because some students have requested for accessories, and that's going to be done next week. So these are the wins and plans for in-person education at Ethiopia. If you have any questions, we'll try to answer. Yes, Dag.
Yeah, so the break that's going to be applied during Tuesday and Wednesday, does that apply to non-Muslim ATSU members as well?
For the students, yes. I'm not sure about the rest of you guys. This is only for in-person education students. I'm giving the updates for them only.
So will we be given updates or should we?
I can't decide on that one.
We cancel on our plans.
Emre is coming this Sunday. So.
We will ask you about it.
Any more questions? If not,
Okay, maybe while you're here, you can give us a remote education.
yes. For the remote education updates this week, G5 remote education, we continued our normal education for the students. They were practicing on prefix sum mainly, and we also started working on the YouTube lecture series. We are trying to produce YouTube videos for lectures, and YouTube videos overall for the data structures and algorithms. And the remote education team has been tasked with this task, and we started working on this this week. Next plan we've had from last week was to start early preparation for our first camp. We weren't able to do that this week, so we're going to be doing it next week. So when I go to the plans that we're going to have for the next week, is next week it's going to be a break for remote education students. That's because the week after we're going to be starting our first camp. So before going to the camp, we are going to give our students a break. And because there is the Eid for on Tuesday and Wednesday, having the break the coming week was good for us. And we'll be doing interviews for remote education conversions. So next week, there's going to be conversion for remote education. We're going to be accepting some new students from the community education, and the remote education heads will be doing interviews. Also, we'll be recording the first draft of the YouTube lecture video series, as I mentioned earlier. We've started working on it. We've uh, we're about to finalize the slides that we're going to use for the lecture, and we're going to be recording the first video by the start of the next week. When moving on to the second year education for G4 Remote, uh, we've integrated interns to the EasyPay team. So we have a couple of interns that are working on the EasyPay project, and we've integrated those with the second year education students. We continued with the sprint 4. There were things to do with that sprint, so I'm not going to be delving into details. Next one is we continued sync with the US team and seniors. We've made contact with the US team the previous week, like the one before this one, and we've continued to sync with them. For the plans, we're going to be getting the mobile UI reviewed. So the mobile UI is about to be finished. So next week, we're going to get it reviewed by the UI team, the product team, and Emre, and the US seniors as well. And another plan that we have is to finalize the project setup in the back end. There's some work that's remaining to do, and that's going to be completed next week. And we'll get experts' advice on the projects. This is going to come from the US team. We've planned to get more advice from them, and that's going to be happening next week. So these are the wins and plans for remote education, G5 and G4. If you have any questions, I'll be answering.
Not? You got it. All right. Will you be having any other updates from you? No? Okay. Uh, yeah, in that case, I guess we will be going over the G4 secondary education updates, which will be given to us by Tsaga, or is it going to be Fizzy this week? Tsaga.
Hi, I'll be presenting the weekly wins for G4 secondary education. Last week, on the previous week, we have onboarded the interns, and they were working on the tasks on the specific project. And for the other thing, UI UX design for the new features, we have contacted the UI UX members to design the new features, and other thing is continue working on updated features. On the development side, we were working on the updated features that we've given from the product team, and also like we were working on the market research, since specifically for Bazaar, since it's a new project, we were working on the market research. For others as well, for the new features, it needs market research, and we were doing that. The other thing is continue testing. There were other features that needs to be tested. So previously we were doing that, and distributed stipends. There was some issues regarding the stipends, so it's fixed. Like we have sent the stipend for the students. I guess for the previous 3 weeks, and the weekly contest. Uh, Second year education, we are work like stop the contest, and like On the weekly manner, we have restarted giving the contest for the students. For the coming week, we are planning to have sync with the product team and the UI UX teams for the deliverables on the tasks that are going to be given for the interns. And on the development wise, we are going to continue the development, then continue the market research on the new features. One thing, we're going to have the demos every 2 weeks. Last week we have had it for AIT. For this week today, we are going to have it for us too, and that's the update for the project demos. On the project demos, we're going to have the progress for the projects and the issues that we have encountered during the development, so that we are going to fix it for the next 2 weeks. Yeah. Lastly, on the week on Saturday, to have the contest. That's the updates. If you guys have any questions regarding G4 secondary education, I'm here. Nope.
Thank you, Zahra. Up next, we have non-education updates. Should be given to us from our remote attendees. Mati, do we have you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a minute, Mati. I'm sorry. Okay, you can continue, Mati.
All right. So last week we had the last phase of this year's education, the last project phase. There was the kickoff and the tech stack selection. We had 3 selections: backend, mobile, and web. So the students were assigned for each stack, and they have started their learning path, and it's going good. They're picking up their pace. And we also had the Eastern break starting from Friday until Sunday. So there was the contest was virtual, starting from Saturday up until Monday. They joined at the time of their choosing, and then the plan for next week is the continued project phase. And so probably they're going to finish their learning path, and then next week it will be the startup project. So they will finish their learning path. And since we're 2 here, me and Surah, we're running short on assisting students. So we are communicating to get some mentors from the Ethiopian squad. So hopefully we can get them for next week. And also weekly contest will continue. Any questions?
We don't appear to have any questions from here, Mati. Thank you for the updates.
Thank you.
Okay. We've already received the remote education updates from Yared. Now let's receive community education updates from Bamni.
Hey everyone. So, okay. So for the community education update, in this week, we have also continued the normal community education. So the next update is going to be accepting new community education students. So total of 40 students have been accepted to the community education. So we have created one class consisting of 30 students, and we have distributed the rest 10 students in the pre-existing classes. The next update is going to be as finalizing. We have finalized A2SV 2024 hackathon web page first draft. So like this is the first draft. Of course, it's going to be edited, but it's a big milestone. So we have finalized this one. We're going to review it several times, 1 or 2 times, just to make sure everything is like we want it, and if there are any changes that we want to make, we'll try to review it and like we'll make some adjustments in the page, but the first page, the first draft of the page has been completed. The next update is we have organized a code for session. So last week I have said that like many community students were struggling in participating code force contests. So in order to assist them, we have organized this code force session that shows the students on how to use the Codeforce platform effectively. So that session was actually a really fruitful session. Many community students were able to join and like got some new insight, and we'll see the results in the coming contest. Like if their performance changes, we'll see it. Okay, the last one. Oh, I think I have repeated it. So yeah, we have accepted the new community students. So going to the plans, the first one is going to be continuing education for community students, finalizing remote education conversion. So uh, remote education conversion for the April season is going to be open. We have already made the announcement today, and the application is going to last, I think, till April 9, but it's going to be only for community students. Is the number of students that we are going to accept is significantly lower than we had previously. We just limited the application for the community students for two reasons. First of all, it's going to be an incentive for those who have like persisted with us, and the other one is like making it public and like receiving lots of hundred application and just selecting, let's say, 10 students out of those might create disappointment, which we don't want. So we just limited the application for the community students. The last plan is going to be finalizing several hackathon role docs and forms. So we have started preparing forms like for partners, for registration, for collecting advisors' feedbacks. There are several role docs and also forms. We have started to do them, but like they have to be reviewed and finalized. So we are planning to do that in this week. Yeah, so that's all about the updates. Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bami. Okay, up next we have internship updates. So after we receive the internship updates, our interns can leave. So you guys have sessions, right? You can leave.
Hello, everyone. So this week's wins were our students took the team-specific assessments, and also evaluation of the assessments have been done as well. And also the interns joined their specific projects, and also some interns have started taking tasks from those projects and have started working on those. And for next week's plans, like we have prepared reassessments for some interns who couldn't take the assessments in time, and also we are preparing a sync with the mentors just to get the current status of the interns and how they are performing in their respective projects. So these are the wins and the plans for internship. Any questions? Thank you.
Yes, so our interns, you guys can leave. Let's just give them 2 minutes so they can all prepare and leave. Vanessa, do we have something that we want to share with our interns? If so, some sort of announcement here? No, if we have like some sort of announcement or a small campaign to push for our interns, we can just let them know before they go. If just regular updates, we can just continue. Okay. No, we didn't have any though, right? Oh, okay. Maybe we can tell it to our quarter members. I didn't know. All right, if that's it, then we can have Vanessa for the communications updates. So yeah, Vanessa, let's have you out here.
Hi, everyone. So from the communications side, our wins for this past week, where we had some social media posts, which included some reels that we had in the pipeline. So we finally posted them. And then also something that has been of high priority this week has been the ADIS interview videos. So during the event in the US, they took some video shoots of some interviews with prominent people and prominent organizations. So the campaign strategy for that is editing those videos, and then after those videos, Emre will send a message to these people on LinkedIn and refer them to the links that we have on our social media platforms, and then they can repost and reshare with different people. And of course, he'll probably have like a CTA with them in terms of maybe partnering, donations, or introductions with other organizations as well. So this week, that's what the team has been editing and looking into these videos. And today, we're supposed to ship the Almaz Negash, who's the founder and CEO of ADN. So we're going to shoot that. We're going to post that one, and it's a very high profile critical video. So Dagim or myself will share the link once it's shipped out on the general channel, and would ask you guys to please like and push it as much because it's going to be a very important one. And then after these ones, we'll also have three other videos that we'll probably release either on Saturday, but frankly speaking, maybe starting from Monday, and then the other week. So today, maybe we'll have one of these videos shipped and finalized. US morning time. And then also last week we spoke about the closing ceremony camp video highlights for YouTube. Since we're simultaneously working on four of these, we managed to finish some of them, half of them, and the other half probably next week. And then also the LinkedIn newsletter featuring the interview we had with Malit. That one was also finalized, and because of the time frame it was finalized on, the best decision that we made is to ship this usually Tuesday to Thursday, since Monday to Friday might not be the best times to post on LinkedIn. And then we also mentioned the A2SV weekly news last week, but we couldn't do it this week because of the priorities of the ADIS 24 videos. But this is definitely something that we'll be looking forward to next week. And then the G5 photos for the website. These are almost, I think AAU is finishing tomorrow. There are a couple of people who haven't taken their photos yet wearing the A2SV t-shirts. And then for us2, we also yet to finalize that one, as we might not have someone on the ground at the moment, but I think it's something that is going to be either finalized maybe this weekend or next week. And then on to our plans. We are going to post the LinkedIn newsletter, as I mentioned. And then also we have some mid-series in the pipeline that we did. We have one coming from Ghana, and then the other one from here, Abrahot, featuring Mary, and then the one from Ghana featuring Ephraim, who got an internship in Ghana. So we're excited and looking forward to that. And then we also have a Q&A series featuring the CodeDev projects, and we want to try as much to get some info on the CodeDev projects as a whole, and also specific projects as well, because now we're going to be launching Escalate, and this is going to be important to showcase, and especially after such events like the ADIS, is going to be very important for people to see the building of digital projects and how these are going to be channeled to job creation in Africa. And then, as I've also already start mentioned, there's a launch for Escalate. So the social media is going to be in partnership, working together, collaborating with the Escalate team to create their social media accounts, to have them up and running, their brochures, and also their social media posts as well. The planned date for this launch is going to be the 15th of September. With this task for the communications, we also have a PR team in the US that we work with, and they're also going to launch an article or newsletter on PR, and then also announcing Escalate's launch and also hiring of executives such as Brian Bell, who's going to be heading the Escalate project. And then also on Escalate, we're also going to feature the A2SV weekly news and make it a part of the Escalate launch to anticipate engagement. And then ADIS social media posts, as I've mentioned, we're going to ship one today, end of day, Ethiopian time. And then we're going to continue next week to make sure that we have some social media posts for them, and then also the LinkedIn reach outs that are being done by Emre, Jordanos, and Brian. And then also the YouTube ceremony highlights that are pending. By next week, we want all of them to have been finalized, possibly reviewed and published. So that's all from the communications team. If does anyone have a question? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vanessa. So yeah, like Vanessa mentioned, this post from Almaz that we'll be pushing in the afternoon is really important. So the same way you guys showed love to our ratings video, I guess please just be cooperative when it comes. So when you guys see any A2SV post, just interact with it. It will also increase your LinkedIn presence the more you interact with the post. So watch out for that in the afternoon. And yeah, here are like some of the demonstrations that came from the social media team. We had a chance also like the business and partner development manager. This is like a very important
Hello, I'm Carlos,
job position as
and
well.
I'm a Chief
So
member at A2SV, and I'm currently in the internship program.
you guys can
Hello, my name is Dagmay Tabisilom. I am currently a A2SV G5 student and also taking part of
spread the word.
the
All right,
A2SV
you guys
internship
can
program.
do that. So yes, up next we have business and product updates given to us by Lydia. Lydia, I believe, is our newest addition to the team. You guys have met her last week, right? Yeah. All right, here you go.
Hi, everyone. So I'll be presenting the updates for the business and products. Okay. Can you hear me now, Liwan? Okay. So for this week wins, we continued working on social media engagement ideas for the core dev projects. We worked on the user stories for students and core dev projects. We posted on social media for some of the core dev projects like Adot and Reddit. We started interviewing users for SparkTank and Bazaar. We also booked a booth and are currently showcasing at the Startup Ethiopia Expo. And we also have a big announcement. We will be joining the world's biggest tech expo in Morocco called GitX Global. So those are the wins for this week. So the plans are, next week's plans are, we're going to start preparing for the GitX Global Expo. We're going to work on fostering partnerships during the Startup Ethiopia Expo. We're going to continue working on social media posts for the core dev projects. We're going to widen our reach for core dev projects on other social media platforms like Facebook and Insta. We're going to continue interviews for SparkTank and Bazaar. We're going to finalize the product interns learning paths. And we're going to onboard the interns into their new projects. So those are the updates from the business and products team. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah, it's going to be attending. That hasn't been decided yet. It was just confirmed that some members will be attending. Thank you.
We don't have any other questions. Thank you, Lydia. Yes, up next we'll be going over our Generation 4 project updates. So first we're going to need someone to represent Hakim Hub. Mira, come out here.
Hello guys, so I'm going to be giving you the weekly wins and plans. So let's start from the wins. So we finalized the doctors and hospital features. So most of the works are like searching filters, listing doctors and hospitals and the details for both sides have been finalized. So the other one is we started planning about the chatbot feature. So the up next feature will be the chatbot feature, and we had meeting with Henok, and he gave us good insights and suggestions that makes us our implementation journey easier. And the other one is onboarding. We onboarded new coming interns, so we have got five, including me, five interns, two for backend teams and two for web teams, and the other one being me for mobile teams. So these interns have been getting themselves familiar with our workflows and also tools we have been using. And also we have added them to Jira and a GitHub, A2SV GitHub account, organizational account. So they have been getting themselves so that they can go through the code base and also some workflows. And we couldn't manage to conduct the interviews with doctors from Blue Health. I know this have been here for about 2 weeks. This is because we cannot set schedules for the interviews. But some doctors from Blue Health came on last Thursday, and we have talked to them. And hopefully by the next week, we will conduct the interviews. And we are also thinking the ways that we can use the Blue Health networks to get more doctors and to conduct more interviews. So let's move on to the plans. For the plans, we plan to conduct interviews. We hopefully conduct interviews with doctors from Blue Health in the coming week. And also we will start implementing the chatbot features. So yeah, that's it. Any questions? No. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mira. Okay. Up next, we have rideshare from Nazray. أنت يفوز ولا كان بين باكس. I just need one.
Hi guys. So I'm Nazrawi. I'm from the rideshare team. I'm going to be sharing the weekly wins and plans for next week. So we last week, just like all the other weeks before it, we continued development and testing for backend, mobile, and web. We onboarded the new interns last week. We gave them access to the GitHub account, showed them the PRD. We've been having daily meetings since, and they've been giving us good suggestions and stuff. So it's going well with the new interns. Only 2 interns haven't finished their learning paths yet. So the others, around 5 of them, have already started working on different tasks. Yeah. The next, we were planning to finalize the user stories for driver side features last week for the PRD. We didn't end up getting it done, but hopefully we'll get it done next week. It's almost done. We only have like 2 remaining, I think. And then we also had plans to get new UI UX designs for mobile and web. We weren't able to do that, but hopefully next week we will. Moving on to the plans for next week. We're going to continue development and testing. We're going to try to finalize the user stories for driver side features, like I said, and also start drivers admin side features on the PRD. And then finally, we'll hopefully get to add some UI UX designs for mobile and web. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nazri. Up next, we have Bazar, FSA. FSA is on the phone, so in the meantime, maybe we can have Saga to share some of the Bazar updates.
Okay, for the wins, we have like normally we have continued the development or for the updated features and interview stakeholders. We have planned to interview some stakeholders by this week, but unfortunately we didn't have it yet. We moved that for the next week, and we onboarded the new interns. The new interns are participating on the project and other tasks that needs to be done. And the other is the updated UI UX design. We have talked with the UI UX members and tell them the deliverables that we need for the next week. For the plans, we're going to continue developments and interview stakeholders for specifically for the real estate part. If you guys know anyone who sell house, a seller, or other stuffs related to house, you can give us their contact, and we'll be having the interview with them. And also, if you know anyone who's selling a car, or like if there is a car selling company around Romans, you can give us an update, and we'll be having a contact with them. That will be really helpful since like we have posted some forms for collecting those data, but we didn't get any response. So if you guys know any, maybe like for the core devs, previously you were working on the Gojo. Anyone? Like, do you guys like collect some data?
So yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah, like we were working on like collecting the data related to houses. I guess Gojo was working on house rentals and other stuffs. Do you guys collect any data, informations, contacts? No. We just what? How did you have the interviews without getting the contacts?
Any kind of data would be available for you guys.
Yes, since we are going to include the services as well, like it doesn't have to be a seller, but we need the service, the rental, house rental, and car rentals. So we need any information that you have currently. Okay, thank you. And also, like we are going to clear out the user stories that are going to be delivered by next week. And for on the developments wise, if the UI is given, we're going to implement the dashboard and upgrade to business features. Yeah, that's the update from Baza. Any questions?
Not, thank you, Zagga. Up next, we'll be going over some of our AS2 updates, which will start with Vertex. Do we have any representatives for Vertex online?
Hey, Raghi, how are you?
Okay, Noam, you can continue giving us the updates. Noam, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. Okay. In the meantime, please, Noam, try to fix your microphone. Maybe the issue could be that. So let's have escalate updates from Abigail, and we will be circling back to Vertex.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So for Escalate, this week has been a very productive week. Most of our teams were coming at 2 p.m., even though class started at 5 p.m. So we were able to finish most of our planned tasks before that we planned last week. So for our wins for this week are we were able to refine the UI UX designs, and also most of the web implementations for the second sprint have been done. And the other thing is from the UI UX end, the mobile redesign has been completed, and the mobile team has been working on implementing these, which they will finish next week. And the other thing was we were able to integrate mobile and web with the backend. So the backend team was mostly helping with the integration with the mobile and web. The other thing we planned was to research and implement the automated resume parsing, which was a bit difficult than we anticipated. So we have like postponed that for like next week or after that. But we were able to implement the AI point generator, which we will be using next week. So for the plans next week, the first one is we were planning on finishing the brochure and one-pager design for the UX Expo, which is going to be our priority. Another thing is we have noticed that there were some implementation issues on the web. So we're going to be planning on improving minor implementations on that. And since we didn't finish the mobile and web integration with the backend, we'll also be finishing those. And we'll be having a comprehensive unit and integration testing for both the front end and the back end. And we're going to be preparing for the deployment and launch since it's going to be needed for April 15th. So that's it for the plans for Escalate.
Okay. Thank you, Abigail, for the brief and concise updates about Escalate. Up next, we can go over Spark Tank by me and Mati. Mati, do we have you?
Yes, thank you. Okay, for Spark Tank updates, like this week, we managed to conduct an interview with one investor, and we can manage to find the contact information of 3 entrepreneurs, and like they are willing to give us interviews. And on the development side, for mobile, like we're working on integrating the startup testing. Not finished yet, but it's ongoing process, so it's not finished. So for the backend, we're working on the feed endpoints, and they are finished. The remaining thing is testing them. And for the web, we were working on the changed like UIs and also fixing the integration issues. So that was this week's tasks. And for the plans, yes, for the plans, like we plan to reach out to more entrepreneurs and to schedule interviews. And on the development end, to continue our development and like mostly focus on the proposal builder feature. So for the backend and mobile, like they will focus on the proposal builder feature, and for mobile, to finish those integrations that haven't been finished this week. Thank you, Daki.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mati. Let's try to see if we can sync up with Naum again. Naum, can you try giving us the Vertex updates?
Yeah, Dougie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so these are the updates for the Vertex projects. So we have been finalizing our testing for the web and mobile, and also the backend team. And our product teams started researching on our early adopters. And our plans for the next week would be the backend team will be starting on the third sprint, and web team will continue integrating the remaining features since there are remaining features that have not been integrated with the web team. They'll be doing that.
Okay, thank you so much, Naomi, for the concise and brief updates about Vertex. So if we're done with our G4 projects, we can continue ahead for our core dev development projects, core development projects. So we have AfroChat first, which will be given to us by Abel this time around. So, Abelo, I see a lot of yellows here. Please try to explain what those are.
Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Abel from Team AfroChat. So, yeah,
we have a lot of yellows. It means basically they are not finished. At least that's what I understand because I haven't been populating this Canva links for the past month. So for this week, we have welcomed our interns. So basically, oh, so I thought the yellow one was for a den, and the purple one was for the one that's repeating.
For the other teams as well. So what I do on a weekly basis is that I'm so sorry, Arvin,
No
for
problem. No
interrupting.
worries, no worries.
So I move the plants to the wind side. So whatever you guys have put on your plans this week needs to be done, or it always needs to be included on the wind side. That's what I do. I usually move whatever you guys have set for the plants to the winds area. So you guys will choose the colors. If it's yellow, it means it's still ongoing. If it's red, it means you haven't finished it. So you guys should not remove any of the things I give you when I send you the template. So when you guys go to your section, if you guys see like 5 points, it means that's the points that you've put for your plans the past week. So the colors signify that the purple one means it's done, the yellow one means it's still in progress, and the red one means it's not done. All right. So please try not to remove anything that I have put on the wind side. But if you guys have secured more wins, or let's say you have achieved to do more than what you guys have set out for your plans, then you can feel free to include them. But don't remove or alter anything from the wind side when you receive the template from me. All you have to do is just change the colors. For example, for next week, AfroChat are saying they'll continue to on technical feasibility for A2SV internal portal tool. So next week they will be asked if they have completed this or not. So that's where the colors come. Okay. Okay, if that's clear, you can continue.
Thank you for the clarification, Dagam. So basically, for this week, we have welcomed our interns, and we gave them a little introduction about AfroChat and on our current progress and what we are doing right now. So that have been done, and we've been doing testing and refactoring on the mobile and mini app, and also deploying new patches for our security concerns on the technical. And we have also been doing technical feasibility for internal A2SV internal portal tool, and that also have been in progress. And also, as for the web app and mobile app, we have some like we've been redesigning some of the components, and those those are some of the components are done, but reviews are still remaining. So that's going to be done also on the next week. And we have also been modifying our and updating our brochures, one page and parodies, and other graphical material. So that's what I've been happening on Team AfroChat. And for the next week, we will do more rigorous testing on our mobile and mini apps, and also we'll continue on technical feasibility research for A2SV internal tooling. So yeah, that's basically. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Abid. Up next, we have Team Adut, which will be presented to us by Enoki. No way.
Okay, my name is Henok, and for this week, we were reviewing the mobile app after the new features are finalizing, and we record Ado's introductory video with Blue Health, and we update doctor's flow based on the feedback from the team review, and we continue testing the backend, mobile, and web to improve our test coverage. And we update the admin dashboard based on the feedback from the team. So for the next week, we are planning to do continue mobile app review with new additional features, and we are going to plan and set goals for our beta testers, and we are going to have a sync with Dr. Lemi for our beta testers, and we are going to test the backend, mobile, and web to improve our test coverage. So thank you. Akil.
Thank you so much. Okay, up next we have Akil by Mali. By Kalam.
All right. This week we successfully connected 3 volunteers with 3 opportunities. We also posted opportunities on different social medias. That's how we got our volunteers. We did also reach out to volunteer networks and discuss possible use cases. We told them the features we offer, and we asked for any other features that they may want. We also reached out to 3 NGOs, and we've got an NGO registered. 2 of them are waiting. They haven't signed up yet, but it's ongoing. We continue testing on the backend side and on mobile and web app. They're doing self-reflection. So next week, we plan to reach out to more NGOs, and we want to follow up on the ones that haven't signed up yet. We also want to conduct feedback collection with people we think are our active volunteers. We think they can present more valuable insights. We also want to address reviews on the mobile and web app from this week, and we want to continue spreading the good news of Akil on social medias.
Skill Bridge by Kalab. Oh, thought it was this one. One question, Kalab. Is this actually how your name is written? Kalab? Lab? Not Lab?
Hello everyone, I'm Barakat. I'm going to tell you about our wins and plans for the past week and the coming week. So our wins on the general features list, improvement prioritization is in progress. Planning our next step milestone is done, and visiting Hillside School is not done this week. On the development end, test coverage, we have been working on our test coverage and prioritize some endpoints and some widgets. So all those are done. SAT and English exam reviews were done too. New feature implementation is in progress. New curriculum is added by our data gen team for grade 9. Landing website fixes is done by our web team. Top student section is implemented. And for our next week plan, we are going to visit Hillside School since we haven't visited this week. User engagement milestone planning, we are going to plan some milestone on our user engagements. On the development end, we are going to finalize our new feature implementation. We are going to increase our test coverage, fix issues on admin dashboard. There are issues we are facing on admin dashboard. SAT and English exams review updates will continue to on the next milestone.
And finally, we have the best team out of all the 5, Team Rated, given to us by Babu.
Good afternoon, everyone. For the Rated team, unit testing for the mobile app has been done, and we have started widget testing on Thursday. Telegram mini app is also able to track users' activity now, and most of the features that we plan to finish are now done. Preparing the mobile development guideline is still ongoing. It's been started, it's not done yet. Our plan is to finish it next week. Backend functions and endpoints unit integration testing. We set out for more comprehensive testing, but we have achieved just 20%. This was mainly because there were tasks in the middle that kept coming that we had to address. Web dashboard deployment has also been done. Adding additional user stories and designs for the dashboard is still ongoing with the help of Yosef from the UI team. Creating Rated's remaining social media accounts and content planning with product team. The Telegram channel has been created. Maybe we skipped before we got into our updates. The one you see in the middle here is Rated's channel. So I urge you guys to start joining the channel because more content will be coming this week. So now or later on YouTube, you can scan the QR code and join the channel. Yeah, creating contents for the social media accounts. There has been planning with the product team, but some of our posts, especially the one on Instagram, still going reviews. So we're still on hold on that. Plans for next week, mobile app widget testing, the one which has been started on Thursday, will continue throughout next week. And finalizing mobile development guideline. We're hoping it will also be completed next week. Backend unit and integration testing, we're planning to achieve 60% coverage. Dashboard restaurant detail, the web implementation is also supposed to happen next week. We'll also be adding additional user stories for specifically for the items and user entities next week. And social media, more social media posts are hopefully gonna come next week. If you guys have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
No. Thank you so much, Tababu. But I have like one question for you. So, so I've been using the Ready tab. Nowadays, it's not letting me update through Play Store. It's not updating by itself. I also try to check an update, but it has like this weird UI at the start, and you guys told me it's like way out of date. So some of the functionalities are not working at all. So how are we supposed to update the app that we have? Not all of us use Telegram effectively. So personally, me, I like to use my apps. So what's your solution to that? Yes. I mean, the previous one, yeah. When I go to the app Store, it just tells me to open it. No update button is available. So should I uninstall and update, or what should I do?
So we pushed our latest build yesterday, and usually apps go through a day of updates.
Delay. Okay.
At the App Store. So once the review is done, you'll see the update button.
Oh, okay. So it will be visible then.
Yeah, we uploaded our latest feature yesterday.
So we shouldn't be expecting any links from anyone, so we can click it and update. All we have to do, Play Store. Got it. Okay, thank you. Those were my comments. So, yeah, conclusive remarks. I don't think we will be having any conclusive. I mean, we will be having a remark, but not from seniors. So we don't have Mr. Alper with us, but I certainly noticed Jordanos. So maybe Jordanos can give us some conclusive remarks of how you think the meeting went and overall what happened throughout the week. So Jordanos, can you hear us?
I can hear you, Dagam. Can you repeat the ask, please?
Yes. So yeah, usually these conclusive remarks are given to us by Mr. Alper, head of communications. So he's not here. So this may be out of the blue, but since we don't really have anyone representing like anyone who could fill Mr. Alper's shoes at the moment, we are hoping so you can give us some conclusive remarks, something you've noticed throughout the week, or some point you'd like to make, or some message you'd have like in general for all of our teams, since we have like our core dev team members together with our education members here with us.
Big shoes to fill. And I don't think I have the wisdom of Mr. Alper, but nor the gray hairs. What's been happening? Okay, so we have been working diligently on getting our organization in a focused and targeted manner. So I don't know if Emre has talked to you about OKRs. OKRs stand for Objective Key Results. And the point for that is A2SV has been around for a few years now. We've done really amazing work. You know, kudos to you, the students, the heads of education, core dev, everyone involved. And now we're thinking about long term. How do we mature? How do we scale? How do we think about long term impact? I'm sure a lot of you are also thinking about this when it comes to your individual projects and your own paths. So we're really putting in the groundwork to get us in a good place, bringing in experts and the right personnel to help us scale A2SV and get us ready for the next stage of our operation. So me personally, and as well as Brian, we're working with other experts to bring in the funding, the right sort of talent to get us to that. So for you, it's exciting as graduates, students, core dev members, and heads of education, because it means there's a lot of possibility we can look forward to. It also means each of us have a responsibility um, and a role to play in that and what A2SV could be, not just what it is today. So I hope each of you also take a look at beyond what you're responsible for, beyond what you're doing, to see how else you can contribute, to see what else is going on and help us connect with the right partners or think about the right ideas for our future together. So I hope you're excited. I'm very much excited about what's to come, and looking forward to seeing what we'll build together.
Thank you so much, Jordanus, for the remark. Yes, and then finally we have a quote from Muhammad Ali. He said, "He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life." So this was a quote selected by Kenna today. But yeah, Muhammad Ali is a very inspirational person for all of us. So I believe this is a very inspirational one. So I would like to say thank you for everyone who's attending. So like I said, I mentioned quite a few comments at the beginning of uh, the event. So since we have like our entire core dev team members here, I will say it again. So please pay attention, team. Attention, all of you guys. So I've noticed that maybe I can take this offline as well.